Here for the last 3 days talking about how to secure the construction industry with a key focus on the built environment. Remember, since 2018, there has been 69 fatalities due to collapsing buildings in this country, and this culture cannot continue, and that's why the government has been very keen to try and bring to a stop these menace. Remember, in 2015, the government formed the National Buildings Inspectorate with a mandate to go around the country and, of course, confirm the integrity of all buildings in this country. Well, this inspectorate team has been going around the country, and so far they have visited 27 counties, and their plan is to ensure that they go to all the 47 counties in the country. So they still have about 20 counties before they complete the assignment. What have they discovered so far? What is the status of our built environment in this country? What changes are needed to bring some level of sanity into this critical sector? Engineer Samuel Charagu is a secretary to the National Buildings Inspectorate. He's here at the coast. He's joining me now so that he can give me more updates on their discovery when they've been walking or touring the country. Please, Tim, you can just join me here on the set. Engineer Charagu, thank you very much indeed for your time. First of all, give us an overview of what you have discovered so far.
Thank you, and Kenya, thank you. We have been able to visit about 27 counties, and out of our visit, we have conducted what we call building inspection and audit, of both public and private buildings. So far, from that 2015, we have audited 20,103 buildings in the country.
20,000?
20,103 buildings. Mm-hmm. And out of that, we have 927 that are declared dangerous or unsafe. But from that time, 2015, we've been able to test some of those buildings and advise the owners to rectify. About 205 have been rectified. Around 64 have collapsed on their own, including the latest one at the PI in Kirinyaga. Mm-hmm. And then we have about 117 that have been demolished either by the government or by the owners. Mm-hmm. So currently we have about 600 that are still dangerous in different counties, and we've been able to follow up with the county governments on how we can deal with those kind of structures that are there. Mm-hmm. The government has also instructed that we need to remove some of those structures that have been found dangerous for the sake of saving lives of the Kenyans. And
mm-hmm. Yes. So when you talk about over 600 buildings being unsafe for occupation,
yes,
are they under occupation?
Some are not, because people have been removed by the county government and the national police, because we collaborate as a multi-sector agency. So the ones we marked as dangerous, we are now to liaise with the county government so that they can be able to follow them up. And some I know they have been evacuated in different counties, mm-hmm. and the county governments are watching over that, including the national government, our national government administration officers, the county commissioners. They have been working on them so that nobody can enter those buildings, so that we don't have casualties.
Do you have any idea how many have been evacuated, and what is happening to the ones that are yet to be evacuated?
Country, the few I know is almost about 200 that evacuated. Mostly some are in Huruma, in Nairobi and Mathare, and we have some others in Kakamega which have been evacuated. We have some few in Nakuru, and some others in Mombasa, mm-hmm. which have been evacuated. Yes.
The ones that have not been evacuated, I mean, isn't this then a disaster that is waiting to happen?
Yes, it's just a disaster, but we have been liaising with the county government so that they can be able to work on them and see what can be done. They have the reports which mm-hmm. you have given to them, mm-hmm. and they are under the leadership of the county executive county committee member mm-hmm. in charge of physical planning. Mm-hmm. They have those reports from the national government, mm-hmm. and they have the list of those buildings which they are supposed to be checking. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, your mandate is to go around the country and audit all buildings in Kenya.
Yes.
Is that possible?
It's not possible with the personnel, but what we do, as per the Constitution of 2010, Schedule 4, but 32, we're supposed to do capacity building for the county. And that's what we have been doing. When you go to the county, we sit together with the technical staff. We take them through the processes of building inspection and audit, so they are able to carry out their work by themselves. And we have done that in the 27 counties, and we have several people who have been trained on the same, in line with the Constitution.
Help us understand this. I mean, every year you have about 5,000 licenses for new projects being issued by the National Construction Authority. When you add these with the existing buildings, is it practically possible, honestly, to audit all buildings in this country?
It's not possible, but with the relation with the county governments, it is possible because they can be able to involve the professionals who are at that county and give them the work in a private capacity as consultants to do that. But as a national government, because our mandate to make sure our lives are saved, we do all we can to manage that. But we may not, we cannot, because we need a huge personnel, and currently we are recruiting so that we can at least help the counties to achieve their goal.
Apart from auditing, you also talked about you have also given orders for some buildings to be brought down, while the government has also brought down some of the buildings. Of course, this is a huge financial burden to the government, and it's completely unsustainable. Are we looking at a sustainable way of ensuring that those buildings that are dangerous, are brought down?
Actually, before the government comes in, the first person we advise to remove his building is the owner of the building. With his responsibility to make sure what he has constructed is safe. So that's the first line of action. And I'm to report, like in Mombasa, we have about 5 who have brought their buildings down, the owners themselves. Others, we have been pushing them in other counties, and there are some who are willing to do that. But the ones who are not ready to demolish is where the government comes in, using the county government. And sometimes when the county government want a collaboration with us, we join in, so we are able to remove those structures that are dangerous. Yes.
I want now to hear this from Engineer Okere Makoha from the Engineers Board of Kenya. I mean, he's talking about more than 600 buildings that are supposed to be demolished. From an engineering perspective, is there anything that can be done, to avoid bringing a building down?
Definitely yes. One thing that is causing the root cause of this collapse is non-adherence or non-compliance to the statutory requirements by different players. We have developers who are not engaging professional engineers or architects or quantity surveyors. We have, so some of the practices that are happening, we have the quacks that are in the industry who are offering these services. So there's a lot of non-compliance by various sectors. So to cure this, we need to have compliance so that those ones who are approving these drawings are the only ones who are registered with the board, different boards. And we have, the developers engage these professionals so that we can have sustainability. And what the board is doing is building the capacity in terms of getting adequate number of engineers, engaging the county governments who are the approving authority, and they're working in a multi-sectoral way, because when we work in a collaborative way, then that brings an element of sustainability. The issue of collapsing of buildings, of course, is really causing a huge dent to the economy and reputation of our country. So it's something that we can actually deal with it when we address the issue of capacity, as well as adherence to the required statutory requirements that are already laid out in law.
Help us understand this. I mean, there is this a contractor, they put up a 5-story, a 7-story, or even a 10-story building. It has been declared dangerous. Is there any reprieve for them?
It is for the safety is very, very important, as well as sustainability of these particular structures. So the first thing is to adhere to the requirements of the law and the standards. So what happens is when a building is deemed unfit, that is structurally unfit, then that building has to be brought down for the sake of public safety and welfare. And that also means that in terms of even the investment, is to save the investment in future so that it deters other people from breaking the law. If we, as a nation, encourage the rule of law so that even in terms of approvals, in terms of developing these particular investments, they are done in the right time, in the right way, then there will be no need of us, even done with the right materials and the right professionals. When we follow the rule of law, then there will be no need even to bring this collapse or to bring the building down in the first place. It's brought down because there was no adherence to the rule of law, and that's why it's very important for us to work together. The media, you play a big role in terms of highlighting the non-compliance. At the county government level, it's very important now. We have to build capacity in terms of doing the supervision, and for the developers to actually engage these professionals. Yeah.
Before I let this team go, I want to hear from you, Sharago. So which counties are you planning to visit and when?
Yeah, in the next 3 months we plan to visit West Pokot County. We also want to plan to visit Siaya County, and also go back to Makueni County because we went there during the COVID time and we were not able to cover most of the part because we had to leave that county. We are also planning to visit Siro County so that we can be able to work together and train the engineers in those counties on how to do inspection audit. Yes.
And so the whole plan is to ensure that all the 47 counties are covered.
Yes.
What is your time frame?
The time frame in the next 2 years we will have covered all the remaining 20 counties. Yes.
All the remaining 20 counties. Is there anything else you want us to know before I let you go?
Yeah, the one I would like the Kenyans to know is that when I write a building and it's marked as dangerous, it's good people not to go back and occupy. We've noted when we go back to the compliance with the counter check the buildings, you know people have gone back. Some in Madare, they have gone to the same buildings which can collapse at any time. And we will not try to have the scenarios that happened in 2018 and 2016 where we had to really take out of time saving lives that were trapped in the building. So we ask the Kenyans, please, if a building has been marked as dangerous, please vacate. The same thing, if you see any cracks in any building, that's a sign that something is not right. Inform the PS Public Works, and we have a hotline which Kenyans can use to inform us of the danger or the buildings that are dangerous, which they can see. Because with your eyes, you can be able to see that building is not right when you see cracks.
Very good.
You can have the number 0726 163. I'll give that number. Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
We allow you to compose yourself, and then at some point you give us
the number.
Then we can, of course, share this number with the public.
Thank you.
Your time is highly appreciated, gentlemen and a lady.
Thank you.
Asante sana. Well, those are members of the multi-sectoral agency committee, consultative committee that is dealing with the issues of buildings in this country and how to bring and to streamline this critical sector. My name is O'Brien Kimani. You're watching us from the coast. We'll keep you posted on what's happening.